We're at game 2 here of the District 9 tournament in Winona. Mankato versus La Crescent. On the ice for Mankato is Nolan, Graf, Trayvon, Derek, and Aiden. And we've got Dean in goal. Trayvon steals it. His shot goes wide of the net. Kicks it back. Just misses Aiden. Comes all the way back to the boards. Aiden chases it down. He's got Graf in the corner. Sends it around. Graf kicks it out to Trayvon. Stolen back by La Crescent. La Crescent shot. Comes across. Dean knocks it to the corner. Up to Moss. Nolan across the neutral zone. Works it wide. sends it back to Remy, and puck comes out of the zone. Over to Carter. Carter up to Miles. Remy with it in the corner. Comes back to Young. Young across to Trayvon. Trayvon doesn't get all of it, and it'll trickle over to the goalie who covers. 13:26 left in the first period, 0-0. Owen, shot off the blockers, or the leg pads rather, of the goalie. Puck comes out of the zone. Carter chases it down. Loose puck picked up by Young. He brings it back behind the net. Crescent with it out front, loses it. Comes back to the corner. Blake knocks it around. They'll come back to the Crescent defense. Backhanded shot off of Young. Crescent sends it in. It's up front. Good pass. Blocked by Dean. Ref blew the whistle. Not quite sure. I think he thought Dean had it, perhaps. All good. Young lines up for the face-off. He has McCann, Graff, Aiden, and Remy on the ice with him. Blake in charge. He'll bring it across the neutral zone, makes a move. Works it to the edge. His shot deflected up and off the glass. Puck comes back to Aiden. Aiden sends in a shot wide. Off the boards. Graff chases it down. He sends it back and around. Blake out front. His shot goes wide. The Crescent now in control behind their own net. Knocked back by Graff. Over to Derek, who's in the corner. The Crescent knocks it free. They'll get it out of the zone. Aiden recovers. Over to Owen. Owen reverses direction. Loses the puck. And the Crescent sends in a weak shot. Blocked by Dean. Aiden sends it up to Derek. Derek into the zone. Tries to cut through the defense. Can't do it. They take over. Puck comes back to the Crescent. They bring it across the neutral zone. Good defense by Trayvon. Puck comes free to Owen's stick. Moss can't handle it. And back to the Crescent. Loose puck picked up by McCann. McCann's shot. Glove saved by the goalie. 10:46 remaining in the first period, 0-0. Moss with it. Knocked free by Crescent. Graff gets a stick on it. Puck comes back into the zone. Now it's in the neutral zone. Aiden reaches down, knocks the puck. Remy hits it forward to the circle. Remy across the neutral zone, brings it into the zone. He takes a shot, covered by the goalie. On the ice for Mankato, Young lines up for the face-off. Holmes, McCann, Graf, and Rozga. Young sends it back to Rozga, doesn't put enough oomph on it. The Crescent picks it up. Mankato player gets a stick out in front and a trip. Looks like Aiden heading in for today's first penalty. Setting up a minute 30 penalty kill. Mankato needs one more. There we go. So we got Carter, Moss, Graf, and Frederick on the ice. The Crescent shot goes wide and behind the net. Graf picks it up at the boards. Takes it up and into the zone. Loose puck comes back behind the net over to Moss. Taken back by Crescent. Crescent now across the blue line into the neutral zone. Their pass intercepted by Graf. Graf tries to knock it out to Frederick. They can't connect. Loose puck comes back into our defensive zone. Graf's waiting. He sends it up right to Crescent. Crescent now into the zone. Take it to the corner. There's shoot. Loose puck out front. Crescent with a swing and the miss. And able to get out of that one without a goal. Crescent center one in from the blue line. Dean covers. 9:07 left in the first period. 31 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Young, Christensen, Holmes, and McCann. Crescent with it out front. They take a shot deflected off of two players. Another shot deflected up into the corner. Owen chases it down. Up to Young. Young gets around the defense. Puck will scoot back. It's going to die in our defensive zone. Picked up by Crescent. Crescent in the corner. They send it up. Christensen gets a stick on it. Young now with it. He sends in a shot. Off the goalie. Puck comes back again. Crescent's able to hit it to the boards. Aiden steps up, knocks it forward. Crescent covers and clears. So that's an icing. We are back to 5-on-5. 8:13 remaining in the period. 0-0. Graf, Rozga, Nielsen, Moss, and Trevon. We've been mixing up the positions today, so it's a little harder for me to figure out who people are. Graf sends it in, deflected. It's going to come back, thankfully, to center ice where Aiden was waiting. Crescent gets it out of the zone. Graf gets a stick, pokes it away. A little collision mid-ice. Everybody's back up. Moss now streaking across the neutral zone. Splits the D. Deflected back to Derek. Derek's shot blocked by the goalie. Crescent now on the move. Trayvon, great back check. Scoops it back up. Over to Marty. Marty sends it up. Back to Crescent. Trayvon in the neutral zone has Moss wide. Moss takes it to the corner. Crescent takes it. Across the neutral zone. Owen gets a stick on it. And back up to Derek. Puck's in our offensive zone, knocked free by Crescent. Nolan sends it back behind the net. Zender chases him down, or chases it down. Puck out front. Owen scoops it up. Takes it across the neutral zone. Into the zone. His shot out front, knocked free by Crescent. Blake with the puck, takes it in front. Sends in a shot, knocked free, back behind the net. Another shot by McCann off the goalie. Rebound comes out to Zender. Zender's shot deflected by the goalie. The goalie dives on it for the cover. Good barrage there for Mankato. 6:02 left in the first period. We've got Carter and Owen back deep. McCann, Young, and Holmes up front. The Crescent will clear. And an icing. Nolan knocks it forward. With it behind the net. Tries to swing it around, but taken over by Crescent. Crescent up against the boards. Trayvon steps across, knocks it free. Back to Aiden, and Aiden swings it around. Graff keeps it in the zone. Back to Crescent. Crescent now. Cross the neutral zone. They get around the defense. One to beat. Graff gets a stick out there. Bean dives to get the puck. The Crescent wraps it around the backside. So the Crescent strikes first with 5:02 remaining in the first period. It is 0-1. Puck comes back behind our net. Owen works through the defense. Taken back by Crescent. They will dump it. Nolan fighting for it behind the net. He comes up with it. Sends it up to Frederick. Frederick across the midline. Has one to beat. Works to the outside. The Crescent players collide with each other. Puck's loose out front. Loose out front still. Goalie makes a Superman dive and knocks it free. Mankato still in control. Another shot covered by Nolan. So probably 4 saves there on that barrage. Outstanding job by the Crescent goalie. 4:19 left in the first period. Young wins the faceoff, sends it to Owen. Owen to the corner. The Crescent takes control. They send it across. Zender gets to the puck first. He brings it out of the corner. Out of the zone. Still on the move. Zender to the corner. Sends in a shot high off the boards. Back to Remy. Remy sends it to the middle. McCann is there. Knocked free by the Crescent. Puck comes back to Zender. Zender sends it back to the middle. Miles with the backhanded shot goes wide. Miles still fighting. Comes up with the puck. Knocked free. Miles in the corner. The Crescent clears it. Pass to Mankato's sticks. Trayvon over to Graff. Graff in the neutral zone. Makes his way around the defense. He gets it into the zone and over to Trayvon. Graff sends it in, but deflected. A Crescent clears the puck for an icing. 3:02 left in the first period. Down 0-1. Aiden, Nolan, Derek, Graff, and Trayvon on the ice. Puck swings around. Aiden steps up to get it. Trayvon in the middle, knocked free by Crescent. Aiden keeps it in. He sends it to the middle. Nobody's there except Crescent. Oh, puck comes out. Aiden does a nice job of knocking it free. Trayvon in the middle. Works around. His shot. Covered by the goalie. Nope, knocked free by the goalie. Puck's still live. Puck comes out of the zone. Aiden swings over to his partner, Owen. Owen at the midline. Sends it up to Trayvon. Trayvon in the middle by himself. Sends in a shot. Knocked up and into the goalie's glove. 2:07 remaining in the period. Young lines up for the faceoff. Wins it. Sends it back to Owen. Owen's shot off of Young. That hurt. He's limping. Working his way off the ice. Holmes knocks it forward. Ooh. Nothing. Yep, we got a penalty coming. We'll see what the call is. The Crescent player kind of stuck their knee out to slow down. It's going to be a tripping call. Clipped our player. So that is Crescent's first penalty of the game. Setting up the Mankato power play. We've got Nolan, McCann, Holmes, Owen, and Carter. Ooh! Remy sent it to Christensen. Christensen's shot deflected to, I believe, Nolan, but we just couldn't quite put it in. Minute 22 left in the power play. Minute 42 left in the period. Zender sends it to the corner. The Crescent comes up with it. They'll knock it free. It comes out of the zone. Zender brings it back. Carter tries to pass it across ice. It's deflected up and into the glass. Loose puck in the neutral zone, knocked forward by Crescent. Nolan picks it up. It's in the middle. McCann with it. Knocks it forward, covered by Crescent. 37 seconds left in the power play. Blake's coming back out on the ice. So that taking the puck off the leg hurt pretty bad, but he's back in and looking okay. Crescent off the faceoff, gets it out of the zone. The Crescent works around. They take it to the corner. Their shot goes well behind the net. McCann chases down the loose puck. He'll bring it out of the zone. Raska pushes it forward. Loose puck, and we got a tripping call coming. So 17.3 seconds left in the period. One penalty expires, and another one starts. So 2 back-to-back trips. The Crescent sets up 2 power plays. 17 seconds left in this period. Down 0-1. Crescent knocks it forward, brings it in the neutral zone. 8 seconds remain. They dump it. Puck comes back to the board. Sender goes and gets it. Puck up to the blue line, and that's the end of the period. So we will end the first period down 1-0. And we still have, when the second period starts, we'll still have 1:13 left of this power play. Whoops. We'll start the period off in a power play. We've got Cam, Trayvon, Moss, Christensen, and Zender. Christensen and Zender back at defense. The Crescent gets it into the zone. They send it to the corner. Puck comes back to the blue line. They send in a shot off the leg pad of the defender. Puck comes out behind the net. Owen picks it up, sends it up to McCann. McCann works toward the middle, loses the puck. The Crescent sends in a shot. Dean with the save. McCann up to Trayvon. Trayvon across the midline, knocked free by the Crescent. Offsides. McCann, Young, Trayvon, Graff, and Aiden. Aiden knocks it forward to Young. Young has it knocked free. Loose puck picked up by McCann. McCann's got space. Works it off the goalie. Sends it to the middle. Can't connect. Owen, swing and a miss. Sends in the second shot. Goes wide. I said Owen, but I meant Aiden. Sorry about that. Graff goes down. The Crescent with it. They pop it out. It's going to come back behind Dean. Aiden goes to get it. He sends it around the boards. Still in control. Sends it out of the zone. Young now in control, right out in front of the Mankato bench. Frederick takes it across the blue line, gets around the diving La Crescent player, and sends it to the corner. And Crescent tries to clear. McCann comes across, deflects off his stick and out of the zone. Crescent knocks it forward. Aiden recovers, works around the defense. He goes to the corner, tries to send it to the middle, but off of the Crescent skate. Derek sends it back to the corner. It'll swing around behind the net. Graff keeps it in. Loose puck in the corner. The Crescent pops it off the glass up to their player. They'll bring it out of the zone. And knocked free by Zender. Puck's loose, out front. Dean sends it back behind the net. Zender now works it out of the zone. Has Young wide. Takes it himself. His shot deflected to the boards. The Crescent sends it out of the zone. Zender recovers. He works it in the neutral zone. Brings it in for an offsides. 11:49 left in the period. Down 0-1. Nolan, Miles, Trayvon, Owen, and Carter. Come on. Carter and Miles working for it against the boards. Owen recovers. He sends it into the zone, but loses it. The Crescent able to knock it out. Loose puck. Knocked free again. Owen sends it up to Moss. They can't connect. Back to the Crescent. Puck comes back to our defensive zone. Zender recovers. He works around the edge, across the neutral zone. He's still going. His shot goes across the front of the net. Puck comes back to Owen. Owen sends it to the corner. Nolan working for it, has it taken away. Knocked free by the Crescent. It comes out of the zone. Trayvon knocks it forward. There it is. There it is. So McCann has it knocked free. Puck's laying out front, and Trayvon picks it up and barely gets it over the line. The old changeup got the goalie. So 10:25 left in the second period, 1-1. I'm guessing McCann to Frederick on that goal. Nielsen, Frederick, Young, Graff, and Razka are on for Mankato. Offsides. And Crescent with it off the faceoff. They work through the defense. Their shot. Go. Knocked to the side. And swings around behind the net. I lost the puck there for a little bit. I thought maybe it went in based on some of the body language of the Crescent players, but Dean knocked it to the side. So Blake now brings it across, tries to connect with Frederick, but knocked free by La Crescent. Derek gets it over the line into our zone, taken back by La Crescent. Trayvon hustling, gets it back. La Crescent clears it off of Aiden's stick and into the neutral zone. Aiden over to Graff. Graf up to Young. And La Crescent clears. Graf's backhand goes right to La Crescent. They knock it forward. Graf gets it back. He works through the middle. Works around the defense. Graf's shot. Covered by the goalie. It's the most dangling I've ever seen Marty do. La Crescent not excited about the additional effort there by Mankato. All right, La Crescent gets it out of the zone. Zender up to McCann. McCann across the blue line. Taken back by La Crescent. They'll clear it. Owen gets a stick on it before the Crescent player. He works around to the corner. Loose puck. Picked up by Moss. Moss through the neutral zone and dumps it. Puck swings around behind the net. La Crescent back to the boards, and they get it out of the zone. Owen in control, passes over to Zender. Zender brings it up the boards and dumps it to the corner. Christensen sends it to the middle. McCann's there. He deflects it, but it goes wide. Puck back to the middle. Off the boards. Moss sends it back to the corner. It'll come back behind the net. La Crescent's there. Taken back by Trayvon. Trayvon works through the middle over to McCann. McCann doesn't get all of it, and the puck is deflected back to the boards. Loose puck picked up by Nielsen. Nielsen off the boards, swings it around, picked up in the corner by La Crescent. La Crescent clears it. Graf picks up the loose puck at the midline, sends it over to Zender. Zender brings it back in. His shot goes in front of the net, knocked forward by the goalie. Crescent back in charge in the neutral zone. They'll dump it. It'll come back to the boards. Graf gives chase. Reverses direction behind the net. Loses it. Zender's there. He'll clear it to the boards. Derek gets it. And able to get it out of the zone. Puck will come all the way back to our offensive zone. Picked up by La Crescent. La Crescent now in the neutral zone. They bring it into the zone. Their shot. Ooh, Dean dove, but it made it just underneath his pads for La Crescent's second goal of the game. It is 2-1. La Crescent's lead. 6:30 left in the second period. We have Holmes, McCann, Moss, Aiden, and Graf. Graf knocks it forward up to Nolan. Nolan across the blue line, works through the defense, but knocked away. Owen knocks it forward to Nolan. Nolan's shot goes around behind the net. Maybe it was a pass. Puck's knocked free. Picked up by Christensen in our defensive zone. He passes forward to Nolan. Nolan across the neutral zone. His pass deflected by the Crescent. Picked up by Aiden in the neutral zone. He works it out front. His shot deflected. And puck comes back, kept in the zone by Christensen. Now, oh my gosh. The Crescent is making a killing off of just hanging out by the other blue line, and our defense is not picking them up. So, third goal of the game. It is 1-3 with Crescent's lead. Multiple times now, La Crescent's just kind of been cherry picking, and it's working. So 5:20 left in the second period. It is 3-1. Miscommunication on the Mankato bench. Graf is just coming out. We'll restart here. Refs are being kind, allowing us to get set. Young brings it into the zone, passes across. Trayvon gets a stick on it. Knocked free by La Crescent. Once again, they send the long pass. This time they don't connect for an icing. Nolan now back at D. Owen playing center. Christensen has it knocked free to Aiden. Aiden pokes it forward, back to La Crescent. Knocked free again. Aiden sends in a shot, knocked wide. McCann passes. La Crescent intercepts. La Crescent working around the outside. They'll bring it into the zone. Good move. Owen steals it. So Mankato tries to clear. Knocked free by La Crescent. Back to Aiden. Now Mankato's able to get it out of the zone. Comes back to our offensive zone. Loose puck floating around in the neutral zone. Christensen knocks it forward. Comes to the corner. La Crescent takes it over. And they get it out of the zone. McCann passes to Trayvon. Trayvon out front, off the crossbar. Moss picks up that rebound and floats one over the shoulder. So a little bit of agony there by Trayvon hitting the crossbar, but no one's there to send it in. It is 2-3, 3:42 left in the second period. Loose puck, picked up by Graf, passes over to Derek. Derek can't connect, or they can't connect. Loose puck comes back to Graf. Graf pops it up to Derek again. They can't connect, comes back to La Crescent. This time, Young picks it up in the neutral zone, sends it forward, taken back by La Crescent. Zender now brings it back in the zone. Young out front, his shot deflected up and over the net. Loose puck comes through the middle. Young sends it up and over the net again. Puck comes out of the zone. Graf is there in the neutral zone. Backhands it up to Young. Young in control, works to the middle. Sends in a shot from the circle. Deflected by the goalie. Knocked to the corner. La Crescent tries to clear. Nice job, Nolan, reaching out and grabbing it. He tries to send another floater. This time, goalie covered, or knocks it forward. Zender sends in a shot, goes wide, off the boards. And La Crescent clears. This is going to be on goal. Puck dies. Picked up by La Crescent before an icing. This is Nolan. Sends it up to Trayvon. Trayvon's got some space. He's fast. Works it to the edge. Sends it to the middle. Young is there. Young's shot. Covered by the goalie. Great play. Mankato with a new life here. Showing a little zip. We are still down 2-3. Minute 56 left in the second period. Christensen, McCann, Holmes, Moss, and Razga on for Mankato. Aiden keeps it in. Knocked back out of the zone by Mankato. Aiden now with it. He works to the corner. He sends in a shot. Oh, and it's in. Shot looked like it went off the goal and in. Tied up. So, minute 40 left in the period. 3-3. So on that last score, it's McCann with the goal and Razga with the assist. Minute 20 left in the period. The Crescent charging. Knocked to the side. Puck's up against the boards. The Crescent able to knock it forward. Holmes goes to get it. He sends it up. Picked up by Nolan. Nolan tries to pass across to McCann, but off the defender. Christensen gets it, brings it in the zone. He'll work to the corner. Works it back behind the net, looking for somebody to pass to. Finds Zender. Zender's shot way wide off the boards. The Crescent clears. Moss, great job being in the right position, knocks it free. 23 seconds remaining in the period. Frederick has it knocked back to Zender. Derek sends it up. 8 seconds left in the period. Out of the zone by La Crescent. Back to Graff. Graff will hold it until the buzzer sounds. So an exciting period. It is 3-3 and a 2. All right, we've got an exciting one here. It is tied up at 3. End of, or the third period, rather. Last 15 minutes of the game. Dean still in goal. And we've got Trayvon, Blake, Derek, looks like Graf, and Zender. Graf sends in a floater off of the defender and to the goalie. Graf from the blue line sends it across to Zender. Zender sends in a shot, deflected by Young. Comes back behind the net. Knocked to the corner. Puck's loose out front. Derek's there. Derek takes a shot, goes wide. Puck knocked to the corner again. Crescent clears it. It's going to streak out of the zone into our defensive zone. Graf goes to get it. Off the boards and out of the zone. Shot, I think, off the goalie's glove to the corner. Nielsen sends it around. Comes back behind the net. It's going to make its way all the way back to Moss at the blue line. Moss sends in a shot. Taken over by Crescent. Moss keeps it in the zone. Young and Trayvon working for it in the middle. Puck goes off the backboards and ends up in front of the goalie. Goalie reaches out, covers. McCann picks it up against the boards. Crescent clears. Puck's coming into our defensive zone. It's a race. Crescent's going to get there first. Icing. .13:09 left in game, tied 3-3. We have Aiden, Nolan, Remy, Owen, and Miles on the ice. Face-off goes over to McCann. McCann sends it to Aiden. Aiden's shot deflected up into the corner. Christensen has it taken away. Crescent doing a nice job all game breaking out of that kind of the pressure. Crescent tries to dump. Moss is there. He gets it out of the zone. Knocked up to Christensen. Christensen brings it into the zone. Passes to McCann. McCann's shot covered by the goalie. Good passing. Good shot. Goalie just happened to be there. Young sends it back to Rosga off the face-off. His shot deflected wide. Puck bounces off the side of the net. Comes out front. The Crescent gets it. And they'll skate it out of the zone. Their pass cross ice. Off the boards. Nolan is able to get a stick out. Knock it free. Puck still loose in the corner. Their pass intercepted by Aiden. Aiden takes it across the midline into the zone. His shot, glove saved by the goalie. 11:45 left in the game, tied 3-3. We have Graf, Zender, Holmes, Owen, and Miles on the ice. Zender against the boards, knocks it forward, back to the Crescent. The Crescent's pass, intercepted by Owen. Owen takes it wide into the zone, slows it down, tries to pass across, it's knocked forward. Puck comes back to Graf, the blue line. Graf sends it in the middle, knocked to the side by McCann. McCann in the corner, sends it back to Zender. Zender sends it right back. The Crescent clears it. Graf chases it down in the neutral zone. Sends it up to Owen, knocked free by the Crescent. Come on, Peewee! Puck comes back to Graf. Graf to Holmes. Holmes passes it, but knocked back and over the line for offsides. We'll change lines. Young, Nielsen, Frederick, Razga, and Moss are home. Offside's called. .10:30 left in the game. The Crescent knocks it forward. Moss sends it to the corner. Reverses it behind the net. The Crescent can't hang on. It comes up to Trayvon. Trayvon works the corner, sends it to the middle, can't connect. Stolen by Derek. Derek's shot deflected. Comes back to Moss in the blue line. Moss sends it to the middle, deflected to the corner. Slow roller sent in by Young, covered by the goalie. Clock's at 9:43. Christensen in the corner. Has it taken away. The Crescent tries to clear. Aiden sends it back in. Off the goalie. Christensen now in the corner again. Puck comes back to the Crescent. The Crescent out of the zone. Their shot. Oh, no. Dean reached forward to get it and just went right underneath his glove. So it is 3-4. The Crescent's lead, 9:14 left. And we're going to get a change of goalie. Liam is in. We have Graf, Zender, Young, Nielsen, and Frederick on the ice. Graf now takes it across the midline, across the blue line, works the corner, looking for somebody in the middle, finds Young. Young's shot off the goalie. Puck in the neutral zone. The Crescent recovers. They'll bring it across. Good pass. They can't connect. Puck goes to the corner. The Crescent sends it cross ice. Young picks it up. Has some space. Works around the defense. One to beat. Works the edge. Off the crossbar and out. Man, it's twice now. Puck comes out. Picked up by Moss in our defensive zone. Moss passes up off the boards to Young. Knocked free by the Crescent. The Crescent knocks it to the neutral zone. Aiden recovers it. And now knocked free by Nielsen. The Crescent clears it. Moss is there. He sends it off the boards, and Young brings it back in the zone. Young's shot deflected back out. Loose puck in front of the net. Knocked free by the Crescent. Young brings it back in. Works the edge. His shot goes wide. Puck's loose behind the net. He picks up his own rebound. Comes back to Aiden. Aiden sends in a shot off the goalie. Goalie covers. 7:05 left in the game. La Crescent up by 1. Christensen with the loose puck. Passes back to Aiden. Aiden sends in the shot. Goes wide in front of the net. The Crescent clears. Comes out of the zone. Puck's still loose. Nolan gets it. He's going to work around the defense. Cross the blue line, knocked free by La Crescent. Aiden tries to work forward, knocked free by La Crescent. The Crescent brings it in. There's shot. Covered. Glove save by Liam. Puck out front. Sent in by La Crescent. Liam able to get a stick out. Knocks it forward. Derek takes it. Comes out of the zone. Trayvon chasing down, putting the pressure on. Puck's loose behind the net. The Crescent swings it around. Puck's still loose. Zender gets a stick, sends it to the middle. Trayvon's there. Trayvon works the middle. Knocked free by La Crescent. Zender keeps it in the zone. Taken back by La Crescent. Good effort by Carter to keep it in the zone. Trayvon has it taken by La Crescent. Trayvon passes up to Young. Young's met by a bunch of defenders. Crescent dumps it. Moss picks it up. He'll bring it across the neutral zone. He's still going. Works to the corner. Back to Holmes. Holmes, his shot goes wide of the net. McCann gets it, sends it back to Aiden. Aiden's shot deflected. Loose puck behind the net. Holmes gives chase. sends it back to Moss. Moss sends it to the middle. Deflected by the Crescent, back to Razga. Razga dumps it. Knocked to the side by the goalie. Loose puck in the middle. The Crescent clears. Moss is there in the neutral zone. Sends it over to McCann. McCann split in the D, works the corner. Still has it. His hard shot off the goal. McCann gets his own rebound behind the net. Still working. Taken back by the Crescent. Puck comes around. Back to Moss. Moss steps forward, pushes it back to the corner. Young is there. The Crescent clears it. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Aiden chases it down. Sends it forward. The Crescent gets there. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Young across the midline into the zone. Works the edge. His shot off the goalie's glove and over the net. Clock ticks below 3:25. The Crescent clears. Off the boards from Moss to Young. Young working the edge again. His shot deflected to the corner. Graff steps up, knocks it back to the corner. Young met by two defenders. They clear. Back to Graff. Knocked to the corner again. 2:40 left in the period. Zender tries to send it to the middle, deflected by the Crescent. Mankato's shot, covered by the goalie. 2:31 left in game, down by 1. Mankato calls timeout. .213 left in the game. Mankato with 6 on the ice. Moss, Razga, Young, Christensen, and McCann, along with Frederick. Frederick knocks it to the middle, taken back by the Crescent. The Crescent clears to Moss. Moss up to Christensen. Young has it in the corner. His shot, glove saved by the goalie. Goalie is having a heck of a day. 1:47 left in the period. Down by 1. La Crescent this time calling a timeout. Mankato keeps the goalie out. Minute 47 left in the game, down by 1. Starting in our offensive zone. Trayvon passes over to Aiden. Aiden can't hang on, knocked free by La Crescent. La Crescent clears, back to Moss. Moss off the boards. Christensen knocks it forward into the zone, but knocked right back out by La Crescent. La Crescent tries to take a shot. Moss is there, deflects it. Trayvon now tries to split the D. Ref's arms in the air. We'll see what they're going to call. Body check? Interesting. So, La Crescent now, too many on the ice. 1, 2, 3, 4. They got 6 on the ice. They should only have 4. Got to send one out here, gentlemen. There we go. So we are 6 on 4 right now with that penalty. Minute 17 left. Let's get one. Oh, stolen by La Crescent. La Crescent sends it in for the $1 million shot. Just wide. Icing. So we're going to end this one 6 on 4 because this penalty will take us to the end of the game. So Frederick, Christensen, McCann, Braska, and Moss, along with Young. Christensen works the corner. Back to Young. Young has it knocked free. Aiden knocks it forward. La Crescent with it. La Crescent shot wide for icing. 47.9 left in the game. Down by 1. Mankato with it off the faceoff. Back to Young. Young's shot deflected. Recovered by La Crescent. Back to Young. His shot deflected again. Moss with it up against the boards. Knocks it forward. La Crescent clears. Oh, God. Just about dropped the can. La Crescent bringing it to the zone. 22 seconds left. Empty net. Puck comes across. Knocked to the corner. 12 seconds. We got to move. Passed up to Trayvon. Trayvon has Moss wide. He's going to take it himself. Works the middle. Shot goes wide. 4 seconds remaining. Puck behind the net. La Crescent's going to send it. And that is the end of the game. So another heartbreaker here for Mankato. Dropping another one to La Crescent. Congratulations, La Crescent. I believe 8 a.m. tomorrow morning is our next game. Have a good night.